meet our brother, Ed Buster Medeiros, class of 1975. In the fall of 1971, Ed Buster Medeiros entered St. Louis High School along with the rest of the class of 1975. Ed was an outstanding student, a terrific athlete, and a really good guy. In his freshman year, Ed played on the freshman football team. That team was built with the brothers of the class of 1975, guys who are still hanging out today. Ed also ran hurdles in track. He was a gifted runner, often winning his races. By his sophomore year, Ed was already on the varsity track team. Ed was the man. In his sophomore year, Ed played soccer, and Ed also played on the JV football team. Ed was a running back who could play many positions. In his junior year, Ed again was on the JV football team, but was called up to the varsity team when the JV season was over. While on the varsity, Ed made the starting lineup for special teams. On kickoffs, Ed's job was to sprint downfield and tackle the ball carrier. Ed will hit you. On November 17, 1973, St. Louis beat Punahou for the ILH championship. It was an epic game and a memorable victory for the Crusaders. However, in that game, Ed was severely injured in the second quarter while making a tackle on a kickoff. The helmet-to-helmet collision resulted in him suffering a C4-C5 spinal cord injury which left him a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down. To say that such an event like this was life-changing is the ultimate understatement. There would be many new challenges for Ed to face over the next 9 months he would spend as a patient at the Rehabilitation Hospital of the Pacific. It was there that the doctors, nurses, and therapists would do their best to put the pieces of his life back together again. By the time Ed was discharged from Rehab Hospital in the summer of 1974, he had overcome a lot, but he knew that even greater challenges lay ahead. With the help of his family, friends, and many others, Ed remarkably graduated with his brothers in May 1975. Ed's brothers were so proud of him and so happy that he could be with them in this historic picture. Ed would go on to earn a BA in English from the University of Hawaii. Thereafter, Ed volunteered and then became a part-time employee at what was then known as the State Commission on the Handicapped. In 1985, Ed was awarded the First Lady's Outstanding Volunteer of the Year award. Eventually, Ed would meet the love of his life, Beverly. She had the ability to see things in Ed that he couldn't see in himself. With her urging, Ed signed up for an art program which would send his life on a whole new trajectory. Today, Ed is an accomplished painter. Painting with a brush in his mouth was not as foreign to Ed as one might think, as he had been using a mouth stick for a variety of tasks over the years, such as for typing. Developing the fine touch that is often required for painting took a while to acquire, and his first attempts resulted in works that might have been mistaken for those done by a child. With each weekly session, however, Ed would notice small but significant improvements in his techniques. Ed continues to paint at home for a few hours a day, several days a week, always with Bev at his side. Ed is amazed at how much of a sense of purpose and fulfillment the process of painting gives him. There are so much intricate details and array of colors in Ed's painting. He pours his heart and soul into his work, and the results are clear. For all of his many accomplishments, in 2016, Ed became our first and only classmate to receive the prestigious Gallery of Distinguished Achievers Award from St. Louis School. Through it all, it makes it a point to never forget how he got to where he is and remains grateful to all of those who have helped him along the way.
To begin, for the benefit of the members of the class of 2025, I think I should address an issue regarding my name. Most of the members of my class, the class of 1975, will refer to me as Ed or Eddie, which is a shortened version of my first name, Edward. And that's what they've always called me, and that's what they've always known me as. But from an early age, most of my family and friends have called me Buster, and as well as now my adult friends. So that's why I'm called Buster now, but I know whenever I hear someone call me Ed or Eddie, I know it's from one of my brothers from the class of 75. So as far as I'm concerned, when you refer to me, you can refer to me any way you want, but sometimes the best way is the tried and true term uncle. Now, with your indulgence, I'd like to read a short speech I put together yesterday. I didn't have time to memorize it, so I'm going to read it, and I hope you'll bear with me. Hello to all my brothers from the class of 1975. I'm sorry I can't be with you in person today, but I hope this video presentation will suffice. Before proceeding any further, however, it is very important that I acknowledge the lady to my right, Beverly, who has been my partner in and lover of my life for the past 24 years. I love you, Bev, and I appreciate everything you've done for me.
Thank you, Pussycat.
Having made that acknowledgement, I would like to I'd like to thank my generous offer made by my fellow brothers to fly Bev and I to and from Maui and to provide lodging for us on Oahu to attend this special event. However, health concerns and logistical issues on my part just don't make that possible. What your offer does demonstrate, however, is that the spirit of the Brotherhood of Kalaipahaku is alive and thriving. I would also like to say hello to all the members of the young men from the class of St. Louis 2025 gathered here, whom our class will be advising and supporting for the next 2.5 years and perhaps even beyond. It is hard to believe that it was 50 years ago that I was in your shoes, a still wet behind the ears sophomore for whom graduation seemed a million years away, much less life 10, 20, 30, 50 years into the future. That is why you should make the most of your high school years and the friends and memories you make, because these you will cherish for the rest of your lives. Of course, as you make your way through high school, you will make mistakes, as we all did and continue to do. The important thing is to learn from them and not repeat them. And as for goals and expectations are concerned, it is okay to set your goals high, but with reasonable expectations that they can be reached. And if in your quest to reach a goal falls short, that's okay, because there's nothing wrong with setting new goals to replace the old ones. The important thing is that in your heart is that you gave it your best shot. One more thing, always remember that it is never too late to pursue a dream. For me personally, I didn't start painting until I was 50 years of age, and now some people say that I actually am a decent painter. Well, the only thing I can say about that is that I do my best. And if you take away anything from what I have said today, I hope it is that what matters most, regardless of your job, profession, or level of achievement, it is to be best that you do the best. It is best that you be the best son, the best friend, the best husband, the best companion, and or the best father. And if you do that, life's puzzle pieces will all fall into place. Thank you for your time and your attention. And with that, I wish you all a good day and health and happiness in the years to come. Aloha.